Hi guys, and welcome to our Paranormal Q&A Wednesday with me, Jane. I'm team leader and founder of Paranormal in Norway, but I'm also the general manager of the International Paranormal Inquisitor magazine. So this week, Antonio got another question to me, another spiritual question, which I am happy to answer because after all, the spiritual arena is kind of how I came into this whole paranormal field in the first place. So let's just first listen to Antonio's question to me this week.
Hello, Jane. Alright, I have another question for you this week. Okay, it's going to be nice and simple and easy for you. Why is a spirit guide important for a paranormal investigator? Alright, it's nice and easy, so I look forward to hearing your answer.
So what is a spirit guide? A spirit guide is a higher being of light. It's a being of the universe, and you can call it many things. You can call it your main spirit guide. You can call him or her a guide, or you can call it guardian angel if you want to, or angel, whatever you want to call it. Mainly a spirit guide is with us our whole entire life. It's like a significant part that's just given to us as a gift. And it kind of guards us throughout, from the day we are born to the day we pass and leave this earth. And a lot of people actually don't know they have one. You know, and when people start to talk about their spirit guides, they're like, what's that? And I usually try and explain to people how this whole thing works as easy as possible, because it's not too easy to understand this when you're not into the spiritual, as a lot of people are. And I usually say that a spirit guide kind of is the same thing as your gut feeling. A lot of people mistake the gut feeling for just being a gut feeling, just being your your instinct. But in reality, it's your spirit guide trying to communicate with you, trying to tell you this is wrong, don't do that, don't drive down that road, don't drive that car, don't buy that car, don't let that person into your life, things like that. Or vice versa, do that, don't be afraid, just do it, jump into it, come on, do it. And people think that, oh, it's my gut feeling telling me that I should or should not do that. But in reality, it's your spirit guide trying to tell you that you gotta do this or you cannot do this because... and then a lot of people are choosing to ignore their gut feeling or their spirit guide. And they do it either way. Things that they know instinctively that they shouldn't do. And that's where the road to the wilderness kind of start to spiral, and you end up in places you shouldn't have been in the first place. And it's fair enough, because we need that as well. As human beings, we need to go down the wrong path, because all the mistakes we do throughout our life will be the greatest lessons that we need in this lifetime. But it's also walking the hard way to ignore your gut feeling, because that will kind of put you out to a place where you're not connected to the universe. You see, when you're not connected to the universe and you're not spiritually open, it's hard for you to go through your life, because you're in constant battle with yourself. And that's kind of what spirit guide is. It's kind of part of yourself. And whenever you ignore the callings, you're making life a bit harder then it has to be. As soon as you kind of get aware you have a spirit guide, as soon as you are aware that you can communicate with this energy, and this energy will give you good advice along the way, that's when life starts to be more easy for you. When you start to do the right decisions, you start to do the things you're supposed to and walk the paths you're supposed to. You're kind of floating with it all instead of just resisting the whole entire way. Because, you know, a lot of people eventually will hit a brick wall because they're in constant battle with themselves and their instincts, aka the spirit guide. So that's pretty much what a spirit guide is. A lot of people don't understand this, but you say it's a higher energy of light, but how does this work? Who is this person? And that's something that's important to remember, that a spirit guide is usually not someone that has lived on this earth. It's not connected to the earth the same way we are usually. A lot of people think that a guide is the same as a helper. I know great discussion about this. I know people disagree upon this, but how I feel it is we have two things we need to divide here, and the one is helpers and guides. So helper could be your deceased family members, close friends and such, that come back into your life after they die because they feel they need to help you with something, or you need to help them with something, or things like that. And a lot of people think that their guide can have been a deceased loved one, but no, it cannot. A guide is a higher being of light, as said, usually not connected to this earth. So that's kind of the difference between the two. And then back to Antonio's question. Why is a spirit guide important to paranormal investigator? Well, since a spirit guide is mainly your direct link to the universe, to the spirit realm, it's very vital for you as a paranormal investigator to be in touch with your spirit guide, because this guide will help you whenever, wherever in your life. And it's a handy thing to be in touch with when you're on a paranormal investigation actually, because a spirit guide can help you in so many ways. You just gotta remember to ask him or her for help. And it's a lot of people complicate this, you know, and we have all these grounding protection rituals and stuff like that, you know, the cleansing rituals. And those are great tools to learn how to visualize, how to put out intentions. So great tools for that. But once you get in touch with your spirit guide, once you get aware you have one, it's way easier than all that. And I usually, a lot of people probably think I'm crazy, but I'm in constant dialogue with myself or my spirit guide. And if I'm going on a paranormal investigation, I'll just tell them that, hey, we're going here and there, and I just need you to remember to help me to clear my own energy. I need to help you to ground me and protect me towards anything. And that kind of gives him like pretty much the wheel. And that's a funny thing about invention. And a lot of people that know me know I do this, because I have a tendency to just kind of drop out when I'm driving in particular. And I practice as a as a trance medium, and I can let go of my own body fairly well. And actually sometimes my spirit guide takes over, and I keep telling people he's driving for me, and a lot of people just shake their heads. She's crazy as shit, and that might be. But the fact is that when I'm concentrating and I'm driving, I'm such a crappy driver. People also know this about me, know me. But once I just kind of let my guard down, just kind of leave the wheel to my spirit guide, I give him full permission to drive, to take care of me, whatever. And he does. And I'm a comfortable driver. I can talk with who's ever in the car and stuff like that. And just not be present. And then before often things happen, it's like something happens. I've been in so many close to accidents, not because I'm not paying attention, but because things happen in traffic, you know. And even though you're paying attention to everything that's going on, some accidents you're not quick enough to divert from. You gotta crash because, you know. And that's the thing with my spirit guide in particular. I know a lot of people talk about this. He interacts with that whole thing, and he pretty much takes the wheel. And sometimes I'm not realizing why we're stopping, and then a few seconds later a car comes just bursting on the road, animal jump over the road, run over the road, stuff like that. And it's things that you cannot foresee it. You can't, your logical mind can't comprehend it and react quickly enough. But it's like, it's just something that happens and you're like, oh, well, that's lucky. And, you know, I know it's not lucky. I know it's someone that's been given permission to help me, and that helps me full on. So, knock on wood, kinda. I still haven't been in a car accident myself. Never. I mean, I slid off the road in slow speed because it's been an icy road and stuff, but I've never been in an accident. And every time, like, say a fox comes running out in the road, or a moose or whatever, he kind of tells me, animal crossing. Okay, you need to slow down. So I slow down, and we slow down. And if I'd been driving quicker, I would have hit the animal. But since I was slowing down, I just got the lovely view of the animal crossing the road instead, and safe distance from my car. So I basically just learned to trust this energy that's around me constantly. I know he's around, and other people ask me, how can I connect to my spirit guide? How do I know who this thing is? What is it? A he? Is it a she? Does it have a name? Can I call it by something? And that's where our exercises come in, which you can use visualizations. That's a difficult word, isn't it? You can visualize and get in contact with your spirit guide through meditation. And I don't want to do that here, but if some people are curious and want to know this, let me know, and I might be able to do something to help you with getting down into this kind of meditation where you can actually meet your spirit guide. You can ask him or her its name, and if you can kind of just agree upon some kind of sign or signal they can give to you whenever they're close to you and stuff. That's what you can do through that kind of meditation, and it's a very nice tool, and it's a big comfort as well to know that you're, at least it's been to me, that I'm never alone, kind of. And really, what else can I say about it? I mean, I could talk about this all day, and I talk about this a lot whenever we're out on investigations and such. Topics like this do tend to come up, and kind of what I see and I get feedback from our clients is that once that kind of have achieved this contact and realizes that this is actually a fact, that we have a spirit guide, their life kind of changes and everything starts to be much more easy, because they know they can start to ask for things. And I think it's a bit funny. I don't know if some of you guys maybe have seen the movie The Secret, where you can pretty much manifest whatever you want through your thoughts and your intentions. And this is kind of the power that makes it possible. At least that's how I feel about this whole thing, is that you can actually ask for whatever, and it's your guide that will help you to manifest this into reality. And once I realized that this was possible, and I started to use it more, it's like you're kind of floating on this wave and everything is so easy. And it's funny, even how I'm super aware of this, but sometimes I tend to fight against my whole entire thing, and I forget to ask for things. I forget to stay in the flow, and that's again, and down the line there, I will realize that shit, I'm doing it again. I'm actually not asking for help. I'm not using the power of intention, and I'm not using my guides or my guide. And I make a shift, and I decide to, hey, I need to wake up, and I need to communicate more. I need to ask for more things, and basically that's what I do. I just ask for things, and then I let go of it. I don't think about it anymore, and then bam, there it is. And it can be the strangest things. It can be items. It can be favors from people. It can be whatever. And sometimes it's so not logical, the things that you wish for, and it happens. Kind of once you've done it a few times, you realize that shit, this works. And I think a lot of the people out there that's really connected to the universe and the spiritual realm can kind of reach wherever they want, because it's open up amazing opportunities for anyone. And you don't have to be rich, or you don't have to have a certain thing, look a certain way. It can be achieved by anyone, and it really can. So yeah, I gotta stop talking now, I know. And I just want to add into the whole why it's important to a paranormal investigator to kind of stay in tune with yourself, with your guide, with nature and the universe mainly. You need to be, as I said in my previous video, you need to be leveled, you need to be grounded, you need to be in touch with everything around you. And once you get aware of that, you actually also, whoever you are, wherever you live, whatever background you have, if you're spiritual or not, you have a spirit guide, and your spirit guide are there to help you, to guide you through your life, and foremost protect you. And a lot of the accidents you might encounter in life or see happen to others, like say most of us have heard about the accidents where something really bad happened, say a car accident, and the one person in that car shouldn't have survived because it's nothing left of the car or whatever, and we tend to say, oh, he must have had a guardian angel, and yes, he did. And that's also a thing I want to mention to you guys briefly, is that even though we have free will and our spirit guides are not supposed to intervene unless we give them permission to. If we got a higher life mission out there, if we need to achieve something in this earthly life, we need to do before we pass on to the next, they need to do it no matter. And that's why some people survive things they shouldn't have survived. It could be 4 others died, but that one survived, and it shouldn't have survived. Very often, usually always, there's a reason to why that person survived. And that could be that he or she had a very high life mission, and the spirit guide decided to intervene regardlessly, just because it's so vital that that person are being protected. And I know a lot of people think that I'm crazy talking about this, but I do hope at some point you will realize that you actually do have that spirit guide. You actually have that guardian angel that's trying to protect you and guide you throughout your life. And once you realize this, and once you start to use your guide, oh my God, you will notice a big shift in your life. So I hope you start paying more attention to the forces that might be around you, that is around you, and you start asking for things more. Because that's what's going to be a game changer in your life, whether you're a paranormal investigator or not. Once you connect to it, you will have insane spirit communications, and you will have physical things happening on your investigations just because you actually are in touch with your God, you're in touch with the spirits, and they're interested in talking with a spiritually open people. That's when the spirits want to start doing stuff for you that you can actually help to prove to the rest of the world that the spirits are real and the spirits very much exist amongst us. Well, that kind of covers it. I'm going to stop talking. This has been quite a long video talking about our spirit guides. If you have any kinds of questions, please comment below. Send us a personal message if you want to on some of our social media accounts. We're here to help you with whatever you are wondering about. So don't be shy and do that. And I hope you subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. And please hit like if you haven't liked this video. And remember the bell if you want further notifications about our paranormal Q&As. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next Wednesday.